Football is always evolving. Some rules that were once normal are now banned. Plays that once decided titles are no longer allowed. Uniforms and accessories that were part of the game are no longer permitted. But why do some of these changes seem pointless at first glance? There are very good reasons behind them. Today we will show you some things that have been banned from football and the reasons behind those decisions. Some have been part of the game for decades, others were failed attempts at modernization, and some are simply unbelievable. If there's a player who has always brought boldness to football, it's Neymar. He popularized one of the most controversial moves in modern football, the famous penalty pause. The pause had existed for decades, but Neymar turned it into a true art form. While still at Santos, he used this technique to deceive goalkeepers by interrupting his run before the shot to wait for the opponent's reaction. This gave a huge advantage to the taker, making the penalty almost impossible to save. Who doesn't remember what he did against Rogerio Ceni in the Paulista Championship? Neymar scored 11 penalties in 2010-5, of which were converted using the pause style. Because of this, FIFA decided to ban the penalty pause, realizing it gave an unfair advantage to the taker since goalkeepers could not advance before the kick. In 2010, the organization changed the rule. A player can still slow down during their run, but can no longer stop completely before shooting. If they do, the penalty is canceled, and the player receives a yellow card. Messi, for example, forgot about the rule during a Champions League match against Milan and paid for it. The penalty pause was one of the most genius plays in football, but it was banned forever. Have you ever imagined a football team playing without sleeves like in basketball? Well, that has already happened. And the most curious part was during a World Cup. The sleeveless shirt in football became famous in 2002 when the Cameroon national team unveiled an innovative uniform, a sleeveless shirt designed by Puma. The idea was to bring more freedom of movement and a modern design, but FIFA didn't like it at all. Cameroon won the Africa Cup of Nations wearing this uniform. But before the World Cup that year, FIFA ruled that the design violated the rules of the game, requiring shirts with sleeves to ensure team uniformity. Cameroon was forced to add sewn sleeves to their kit to compete in the tournament. Since then, FIFA has made it clear that all uniforms must have sleeves, and no professional team has been able to wear sleeveless shirts again. The Cameroon sleeveless shirt became a rare collector's item. And what if I told you there was a time when a single goal in extra time ended the game instantly with no chance for the opponent to react? This happened with the famous golden goal. The rule was introduced in the 90s to make extra time more exciting and offensive. The concept was simple. Whoever scored first in extra time won instantly. The golden goal decided iconic matches such as Paraguay's elimination by France in the 1998 World Cup round of 16 and the Euro 2000 final when David Trezeguet scored the golden goal that gave France the title against Italy. But despite the excitement, FIFA realized the rule made the game more defensive because teams were afraid to attack and concede a decisive goal. In 2004, the golden goal rule was banned. FIFA even tested the silver goal where the game continued until the end of the first half of extra time, but this rule was also discarded. Today, extra times follow the traditional model with 2 full periods and, if necessary, penalty shootouts. Scoring a goal is the peak moment in football, but some celebrations went too far and were banned. In 2013, Greek player Georgios Katidis made a Nazi salute while celebrating a goal. The Greek Federation banned Katidis from the national team forever. In 1999, Rob Flair of Liverpool pretended to sniff cocaine at the edge of the pitch to mock rumors about his involvement with drugs. He was fined and suspended for 4 games. Also, removing your shirt while celebrating a goal was banned in the 2000s and became punishable with a yellow card. Political or religious messages were also banned. Messi and Neymar have both shown shirts with special phrases after goals, but FIFA prohibits any such gestures. Other examples include offensive gestures toward rival fans and the use of masks or costumes like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who liked to celebrate with superhero masks but had this practice banned. With the advancement of technology, football became more modern, but not all innovations worked. One of the biggest failures was the attempt to use balls with electronic chips. In 2005, FIFA tested a special ball called Team J, created by Adidas with internal sensors to indicate if the ball crossed the goal line. However, the technology failed. The test was extremely expensive, and players complained that the ball felt different in weight. The idea was abandoned, and years later, FIFA opted for a more efficient solution: the goal line technology based on cameras. Another controversial ban was the use of jewelry and accessories. Since the 2000s, FIFA has prohibited any metallic items in football, citing injury risks. Still in 2022, French defender Jules Koundé entered the field against Poland wearing a gold necklace. The referee only noticed in the second half and ordered him to remove the accessory. Another curious case was that of former Newcastle player Alain Saint-Maximin, who liked to wear luxury brand headbands like Gucci and Louis Vuitton. The Premier League banned the player from wearing these headbands as they violated sponsorship rules. But if there's one rule that completely changed the way football is played, it was the ban on backpasses to the goalkeeper. Before 1992, a team could pass the ball back to the goalkeeper as many times as they wanted, and he could pick it up with his hands. This allowed teams in the lead to hold on to the result without taking risks. FIFA realized this made the game slow and boring, so in 1992, they implemented the rule that prevents the goalkeeper from handling a backpass made with the feet. With this, football became more dynamic and offensive. Today, goalkeepers like Manuel Neuer and Ederson stand out for their skills with their feet, something unthinkable before this change. These were some of the rules and items banned from football over the years. But what about you? Which of these bans surprised you the most? Do you think any of these rules should come back? Let me know in the comments below. I'll leave it here. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.